Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. This is the Feminine Nest, episode 3, y'all. Episode 3. So this is the Feminine Nest where we embraced all things what it truly means to be a feminine woman. To me, there's three things that every feminine woman must have and should already have: confidence, faith, and self-care. Confidence, because I say every situation that you walk into, you should walk in with grace and strength, and knowing that you have whatever it takes to conquer that room, that journey, whatever that is. Faith, of course, having faith in God, whether you are Muslim, whether you are Christian, whatever religion you believe in, it's very, very, very important that you have that connection to God. And you also have faith in yourself. You must have faith in yourself and the journey. I mean, you know? And self-care. Self-care is more than just us getting our nails done and massages, all the nice stuff. It's every single day how you show yourself that you love yourself. What are the acts of love that you're giving yourself? How are you honoring your body, your mind, your soul? Like, really, like, how do you every day take some time to yourself to do those things? If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and like this video as well. Join me on this journey as we nurture and explore these three qualities and how to live a life full of purpose, beauty, and fulfillment. Okay, that's what it's all about over here. That's what we all about.
Since day one. That's the thing. Big pressure. You get what I'm saying?
Pressure.
You hear me? So yeah, what are you saying though? Yeah. I never needed no duo. Never needed no team. Never needed no trio. I've always been that bitch.
So today I just want to talk about a couple things, but I feel like I want to ask y'all a question, and I want y'all to answer it. So, do you feel like you're living authentically in your current season? Like, I ask that because me myself as well. I can confidently say yes now, but maybe about a few months ago or so, I probably would just have been all over the place. It's the little things that we do, right? I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have so much going on with work, and now I'm taking on this YouTube, I'm taking on my YouTube channel and trying to show up for you guys weekly. So it's a lot, but there's little things that I do. Like, I journal every day. I go on walks daily with my daughter. I try to do 2 walks a day. We live close by the beach, so it's really nice to where I can kind of get some water, like the ocean sounds. Just kind of just chill out, y'all. Going back to school for me is something. I got accepted, y'all. I got accepted into Pepperdine. Yes. So I am officially starting in the spring, January that is. So yeah, just little things like that. Just making sure that I'm showing up for my daughter and myself as well, and my husband. That's just how I'm currently living in my authentic self. For my near future self, I would say I have a couple things planned that I want to do next year, and purchases and stuff, big girl things that I want to do to kind of get myself prepared for that future. I'm gonna be 29 next year, so it's my last year in my 20s. I gotta get my shit together. I don't know if I can curse on YouTube, but I gotta get my shit together. So yeah, that's just how I'm currently living in my authentic self. I don't know how you guys are, but this year I've never wanted to figure shit out more than I have ever in my life, if that makes sense. Like, I've never wanted to be like, you know what? What is it that I really want to do? What is my purpose? Who am I here to be? And that's just what this year has been ringing in my head. So that's why I asked that question, because I feel like as a woman, it's so important to know who you are, not what other people tell you should be, not what, our phones and the media and the internet, all these things. Even, someone like me, if you aren't sure of yourself, you, of course, want guidance and you want other people's opinion, but no one else matters more than you. So it's so important for you to invest in yourself. whether that be going back to school, whether that be getting certificates, whether that be, starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is that you want to do, start that business, start saving up for that business, but you have to invest in yourself. I'm not talking about like go investing in stocks and crypto and all these other things. That comes down the line, right? Like we'll talk about finance and all that too, but investing in yourself as a woman is key. And in order to do that the right way, you have to be living authentically in yourself, and that starts now. It's not down the line. It's not once you say, "Oh, well, once I get this job or once I this, once I that." No, no, no. Start now, because what are you doing to get that job? What are you doing to start that business? What are you doing to make that move? For someone, right? For example, you enjoy vacations. You love traveling, and you know that you also want to start a nail business. You want to start being a nail tech. You want to start, whatever, a spa business. And your goal is to actually open up a spa salon, not work at home from out of your apartment or out of your mom's house. You want to actually have a studio where you can say, this is mine, right? And you want to have that in the next 2 years. You want to have that in the next 3 years. But every month, you're in Cabo, you're in Jamaica, and you're just like, well, I'm young, whatever. Once the time comes, I'll get there. I have a job, so I'll be fine. And 9 times out of 10, in our 20s is when you want to have a job or a career, is what I call it. You don't want to have just a job. You want to start working towards your career, whether that be you being your own businesswoman, whether that be you, in that industry that you went to school for. You want to start foaming into who you are. You don't want to just be working these part-time half jobs. You don't want to be working at McDonald's. You don't want to be working at the mall. There's nothing wrong with these things. Again, when we're young, these are jobs that we need, but you want to set yourself up for greater things. And in order to do that, you can't be thinking, well, once I get this paycheck, I'm just gonna go get this bathing suit, I'm gonna get this and this, and we out. I'm going to Cabo, I'll post it on Instagram, we out. And yeah, you get the pictures, you get the vibes, you go there, everything is good, everything is sweet, but then you come back home and you're in your mom's house, or you're looking at your savings and you're like, oh shit. And that could be with anything, whether it be with shopping, whether it be with, whatever it is that you are not prioritizing correctly, that could be an issue. So living in your authentic self is meaning all those things. It's not just, half-assing shit. It's not, and sorry if I'm cursing too much. I don't know if YouTube is even gonna let me curse. That's what's crazy. I might have to block all this out. It's knowing who you are before you even take that step, before you even start that nail business. Make sure that you want to be a nail tech, not just because you see other people doing it. Make sure because you know what, once I start this, God has put this on my heart. Once I start this, I know that it's the end for me. It's the end game. And it's not just about money, because it's in my heart. I know the money's gonna come regardless. That's how a real woman feels. That's how a real feminine woman always feels. You never have to do too much, because what's in your heart, how you feel about something, it's going to flow to you. It's just like money. If you feel like, oh, well, I'm money, God put me on this earth to make money, to attract money, then you really have to attract it. It's not just what you're saying. It's how you look. There's so much to it. But yes, authentically living in yourself. I don't want to get off track. But bet on yourself. Like I said, bet on yourself, because you're the only person that's going to show up for you the best way that you can. And you're the only person that's going to get shit done for you that you want to get done. And betting on yourself brings me into self-care. Self-care is inside and out. It's how you're treating yourself. It's how how your appearance is. It's what you say. It's what you do. It's so many things to self-care, and it's very, very, very important to remember daily. And we're always gonna have bad days. We're always gonna have those moments where we're just kind of just over it, or you're just feeling down or whatever. But you always have to remember you have to pick yourself back up. You have to pick yourself back up. Don't look up to no one else to pick you back up. Of course, we should have a great support system, but that great support system will only be as strong as you are for yourself, because it's not good to have a strong support system but you're not strong, because then that's an issue. That's now codependency. That's not really a support system. It's now we're getting into some other things. If you need other people to pick you up all the time. You can't pick yourself up. You can't say, you know what, I'm gonna spend one day and cry over this. Tomorrow I'm up and we're getting it popping. I'm going back to work. I'm getting things, back to where it needs to be. If you can't be a woman like that and say, I have responsibilities, I have priorities, I don't have time to sit around and cry all day, then I don't really know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, how is that really self-care? You don't care. You don't care about yourself if you don't care about getting things done, especially if you are in the stage of life like me where you're married or you have children. Your children are dependent on you. You can't just sit and cry all day, mama. Your husband is depending on you, wifey. Like, what's tea? Like, you gotta keep it. And as a woman, that is the hardest part, is juggling it all. But you gotta keep it positive for yourself in order to show up for all those things. And also working out. Like I said, self-care is about also how you look. So working out, your physical activity, things that you're doing, your hobbies, things that you're doing to make yourself feel like, okay, my blood is flowing. You don't always have to go to the gym. You don't have to be a gym girly. You can be a Pilates girly. You could be a yoga girly. You could be a volleyball girly. I don't even know. There's so many different things now, and finding that hobby is key. Even as much hobbies as you can. If you can find two, find two. If you can find three, find three. Keep yourself busy. Don't overdo it, of course, but finding hobbies for different things. Whatever it is that's going to help you take care of yourself the best way that you know how to, and show up for yourself that way, do it. Because only you know what your self-care is. If it's going to the spa and you need that massage every 2 weeks, you need that massage every month, you need, your nails done every 2 weeks, or you need your hair done, whatever it is that makes you feel beautiful, whatever it is that makes you feel like, I'm that girl, do it. Don't make yourself feel bad. Of course, do not go broke. Don't live above your means. This is not the platform for that. Again, we will talk about finance down the line in another video, but I am very, very big on making sure that you have all your ends met before you try, doing all these things. But when it comes to self-care is a priority. So don't look at it as, well, I'm splurging, or it's not something that I need. If you know that getting that massage is going to make you feel so good that you're able to show up to work and with a smile on your face, you're able to show up on your YouTube channel with a smile on your face, you're able to show up to your for your family and friends, the best way that you can, then do it, because those are the things that you need to do to make yourself happy. So it's a priority. It's not something that that you have to juggle or put as on the side for this or that. No, get it done, because it's a priority for your self-care. Like for me, for example, a massage is important. I have to have a massage every month. It's key. I need that spa day. I need it. So now that I have a baby, it's every month. If I want to get into a physical activity as well, I've been looking into some different things that I really want to get into. But yeah, it's just something that I have to do in order to stimulate my mind and come home and still be that happy mom, happy wife. And sometimes I'm not always happy, but I'm still, chill. There's nothing disturbing me. I'm in my zen. So yeah, it's little things like that. And making sure that you are taking care of your mental, which is a part of the self-care. Being emotionally stable is a feminine woman trait. it's not cute to let certain things just, like your emotions just can't get all over the place with people, especially in the workplace, especially professional. When it comes to professional, never allow anything to get in the way of your money. Like, do not allow, especially yourself, because you're a big girl. You're not a little girl. You're not a baby. Okay, I have a 14-month-old. I don't know how old you are, but you are not a baby. I'm sorry. So you have to know when to be able to walk away from situations. You have to know when to be able to say, you know what, no, this is just not serving me. It doesn't have to be an issue, it doesn't have to be a big deal, but it's not serving me. Or you can also know when something is getting you upset and you're feeling like, you know what, this part of me is what I don't want to show right now. I'm not trying to go off. So you gotta just learn how to flip that switch like this. Always like, look, you got it. Anybody want to argue with you? Look, you got it. Okay, you got it. You gotta remember, you're not looking for drama or chaos, because you are found in peace. Like, your happiness is in your peace. So as a feminine woman, you are never violent. You're never conflicted of things. It's just not, as a woman, period, you don't want to be that. You don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to be violent. Like, you definitely want to be firm, and you definitely want to stand, have boundaries and stand in those boundaries and let it be known. And some people might take it as, oh, well, you're, a B word. But being a B word doesn't mean you're not kind, because people are nice, and then there's people that are kind. I am not nice. I had to learn to not be nice. I'm kind. I'm a very kind person, to the point where people tell me that I'm like nice. Like, you're so kind, you're nice. So if that makes sense. But you do not want to be the nice girl. You want to be the kind woman, of course. You want to be the kind girl, but you also want to be firm. You want to be the girl that knows what she wants and what she says, and she means what she says. That's just what it is. When you're around other people, as a feminine woman, as a woman in general, you want to know what to talk about, right? You want to make sure when you are out in the world, even at home, we start everything at home, but when you're out in the world, that you pay attention to. One is the conversations that you're engaging in. What are the conversations that you are partaking in that, you have a lot to say? What is the substance to those conversations? Are you talking about finances? That's a no. We don't talk about money to certain people unless, you have that relationship already with people. But in general, money is just not a cute topic. I mean, of course you can talk about your job and this and that, but what exactly are you mentioning? So girls, don't post cash, them holding cash. Okay, I even had that little error like in high school when I had my little job or whatever. It's just not cute. You don't want to post cash. I mean, you can post like your Amex card or something, because that's a big girl, like, a big girl thing. So if you want to just like, show it off really quick and just congratulate yourself, make sure you're not showing no numbers and get yourself scammed now. Don't come back to me and say I got you scammed. But yeah, I mean, if you just want to show like your Amex, because Amex is really, that's more cutesy, that's more aesthetic-y, but we're not doing the cash. We're not posting cash. We're not. Politics is another subject that you want to just refrain from like talking about outside of your home, just because you never know who would agree or disagree, and some people take that and use that against you in whatever they want to use it as. If it's for a job, if it's for health, you don't want to put yourself at risk at all, especially online. Like, the best thing you can do, like when it comes to politics and stuff, just tell people to go vote, or if you want to be positive on that end. But I think you should always remember, especially if you're someone, depending on your industry that you are working in or you're trying to get into, you should always remember that every single thing that you say, someone else will know. Someone else will see that, someone else will remember. So you don't know who that person might be. You don't know who that person would know. You don't know down the line what that would cost you. So be very careful when it comes to politics and certain sensitive topics. If you are at home and you want to discuss it, go right ahead. If it's your industry, if it's what you do, if it's a part of your work, of course take it full force. If you are just a regular girl like me, like, I'm not going to go on my Instagram and post a whole speech about politics and this and that. When the time gets here, I'm gonna say, make sure you go out and vote, and I'm gonna go out and vote. Keep it simple. So yeah, that's another topic that you do not want to talk about at all when you are around people. Little things like that. You would know, especially with culture, like your background or where you're from. Like me, I'm Sierra Leonean. That's West Africa. So there's certain things that are just taboo that you just don't really talk about, or you don't ask, or you don't mention. Like, it's just certain things that you should know. Keep boundaries, even if that's your friend. Always ask, like, if they're comfortable with something. So, what are people seeing about you? Are you at the club all the time? I'm not saying don't be in the club, but if every Saturday I know that I can click your story, you're going to be at the club with bottle girls around you and all these men around you and all these women around you, then, what is the substance? What is the substance? Like, you have to have a little bit of mystery in you. You have to switch it up. That's why hobbies are important. That's why learning yourself, continuing to learn who you are as a woman authentically is important. Of course, you can go to the club at any time, but don't make it something where that's what we know. Like, where you allow yourself to be, you allow yourself to be at the club. Where you allow yourself to be, you allow yourself to be booed up all day, knowing that you have work things to do, school things to do, kids to take care of, family to see. So you have to ask yourself these kinds of questions. And how are you drawing attraction to yourself? Whether you like it or not, the love you have for yourself is going to be the love that other people have for you. And I mean that in the most basic way, just how it sounds. How you show up for yourself, like the love that you give yourself, is going to be what other people give you. And sometimes it's not always in the form of love that other people give you. It might be in the form of respect. It might be in the form of honor or loyalty. But you will notice, like, once I set this boundary, once I said, you know what, this is who I am, this is what it is, the people who don't respect it, the people who don't know what to do with it, they will just fade away. You have to allow them to fade away. And it's easier said than done, because sometimes those people are the people closest to you, but you have to allow them to fade away. Because it's not going to align with you. It's just not going to align with who you are and where you're headed and what you are thinking of doing for yourself. So it's all about the love that you have for yourself. Please remember, how you show up for yourself is how other people are going to show up for you. And other people will treat you how they feel about themselves as well. So if you know that you are someone who is confident in yourself and you're working on, all these goals, and you don't really have time for relationships, or you're thriving in your relationship, whatever your situation is, and you have friends, one friend that's in the same boat as you, the other friend is a little bit, not in that same situation, but the issue is she's very toxic in the sense of how she treats herself, how she shows up for herself. She's always, bad-mouthing herself. She's always saying how people don't love her. She's always being the side chick. She's always thirsty. She's always the pick-me. She's always the one that's like, oh, well, I need a man. Age is ticking, time is ticking. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have a baby. I just need this. If she's just the settling friend, how do you expect that friend to show you the support that you need eventually down the line? Because someone can only fake it for so long. if that makes sense. How that person feels about themselves, if that person does not grow to love themselves, if that person does not grow to heal and keep healing, then you might as well cut it off now and don't even waste your time hurting yourself down the line. So with that being said, let's get into how you appear to others and your appearance, how you look, because that is a part of being a confident woman. It's not the whole thing, but it's definitely a major, major, major part. Beauty is key. Beauty is key. Beauty is key, and it's expensive. When you're young, the beauty is there, but as we age, you want to make sure that you are keeping up. Even when you're young, you want to make sure that you're keeping up. I don't know if you guys do this, and sometimes it's subconsciously looking at someone and thinking, judging. Like, let's say someone that's not really fit comes to you and they're like, oh, I'm a body trainer, your mind will kind of be like, oh, well, you don't give me gym vibes, or so you want to make sure that you match up to who you say that you are. You want to make sure that you're working towards that. I gained 55 pounds when I had my daughter. I was 205 pounds. When I first got pregnant, I was 150, 155. I'm now at 156. So I don't believe that I was 155. I think I was 140 something, because I still have a little stomach here, as y'all can see. But I haven't been in the gym yet. I can honestly sit here and tell you that I have not even put in that work yet to get what I want. So I know that once this winter gets here, I'm all in and I'll be, hopefully good to go. Fingers crossed. But it's very important for me. It's something that I've been working on, and I've been letting myself, I don't just sit around. I make sure that I'm consistently moving. I was at the gym for a little bit, but got some, things going on with breastfeeding and stuff back then. So now that I'm done breastfeeding and everything is good to go and the green light, I will be doing lots of self-care, and I have things that I'm doing with myself. And I don't know if you guys can tell that I have really bad eczema postpartum. I never had any skin issues or anything, but my skin is very discolored. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's very, very darker and grayer. But I am in the process of fixing all of that. It comes with being a mom. So I'm just glad that I have my healthy, beautiful baby girl, even though she gave me eczema. But yeah, self-care. That's a part of my self-care. And how I look to other people. So how is it that you look? Because people do judge a book by its cover, believe it or not. So it's what you're wearing. It's how you have your hair. It's your tattoos. It's so many things that as you age, you don't really care about as a child. But as you age, you notice that, these are key things. These are things that make you kind of who you are. So your style is one, and how you dress, where you dress. I'm sorry, not where you dress, where you're getting your clothes from. And I'm saying this, I don't know how to say this without stepping on toes, and I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes. I promise you guys, I'm not. I also used to shop at Forever 21, Rue 21, Rainbow. I had that whole era up until 22, 23 years old, 22, 23 years old, I want to say. After that, I started diving deep into quality pieces, and that's what I want you guys to do. We, at the Feminine Nest, I do not encourage a lot of these fast-paced social media websites that are just pumping clothes out, because yes, you might get the quantity, but the quality is not there. And you can see that in person. Maybe on the photos we might not be able to see it too well, or you might be able to get a different lighting or filter or whatever, but in person you can see the fabric, you can see the material. And if you are a young woman who says that you care about yourself and you want a man that cares about themselves. So let's flip it, right? Let's say a man comes to you and he's wearing his outfit from Fashion Nova Men, right? And you're wearing your outfit from Fashion Nova. And I know you guys are not going to understand what I'm saying. I might even be like, nah, she's tripping. But listen. You attract what you want. So I'm not saying go out there and buy a $500 shirt, $500 dress. No. You start small. It's better to start small than to not start at all. Okay? Especially in your 20s. You start small. Of course, you can still have all the Fashion Nova dresses, quick pumpers. That's what I like to call it. But start now, get a couple pieces. All these, there's so many. What I learned, because I didn't know so many designer names, and that there was so many fashion designers in the first place in this world. There's so many. But I appreciate that we have now these websites where they have all the brands there. They have all the fashion designers, all the brands you can think of, and all price ranges. But the quality is there. The quality is what you want to look for. Like websites like Revolve is really good. Websites like Forward is really good. Websites like Net-a-Porter is really good. So those are the kind of websites that I went on. Websites like Moda Operandi, websites like Farfetch. Like those websites are so helpful for me, like people like me, because you can just scroll. And literally, that's how I found different brands. Oh, this person. Oh, that person. And once I order a dress or something from it, like my dress from Sandro, and it's so funny because it was like the dress of the summer, but literally, I saw that dress online on I think Forward, I want to say, or Net-a-Porter. I saw it online and I said, "Oh, this is so cute." So I went to the brand. I saw the brand's name was Sandro. So I went to Google, looked it up, and I saw, their own website, and I saw that they had a location here in California. So I'm like, "Oh, let me go to their store." Oh my gosh, it was an experience. I love the store, and I was able to actually, try it on and do all that good stuff. And you might not be able to do that, but I'm saying as far as like you now knowing the brand, once I start small. I don't have a crazy wardrobe because I am still working. I am still figuring out my whole life. I am not rich, but I make sure that every piece I get is something that I want. It's something that I know that, it's worth the quality. And sometimes that might cost $100. Sometimes that might cost $600. Sometimes that might cost $900. And it's not on a shirt. I'm not paying $900 for a shirt, but I'm gonna spend $900 for shoes. Absolutely. I'm gonna spend $900 on a purse. I wish I could even find a purse for $900. But there's certain things that I'm going to do, and that's also because that's within my budget of what I get paid and what I'm doing within my life. And as I continue to go, of course, that budget would increase. So it's the same for you. If you are someone where you know that your highest budget that you can spend is about like $150 on an outfit or whatever, that's okay. You can find a hot ass outfit for $150. Like there's some like these pants, these tights that I'm wearing are from Naked Wardrobe. So instead of going to Fashion Nova or Shein, we're not doing Fashion Nova. Stay away from Fashion Nova, please. Stay away from Shein, please. As you grow up, stay away from those things, because you don't want to meet a man and he's like, "Oh, I love your shirt, I love your dress, where'd you get it from?" And you're like, "Shein," and he wants to buy you a dress and it's on Shein. Or like, you can't get mad if a guy doesn't really want to buy you something that's a $200 dress from House of CB or a $300 dress from House of CB because you're already not wearing that. Does that make sense? Or you're not already wearing something similar in quality to that, to where you can even trick him to say it's House of CB or whatever. I don't know, but you have to learn that your appearance is everything, and quality does not mean quantity. Quality always beats quantity. It's not about how many you're getting. You know, you want to have things that you can save. You want to have pieces where you can wear continuously. Yes, maybe take a photo in it one time and post it, but you want to be able to wear it out again. You want to be able to say, oh wow, you know, I feel like I've had this dress forever and it still feels good. That's what being a woman is. That's what, you know, living in your femininity is having those statement pieces that are part of your style. So start now. Like I said, I named some of these places that you guys can look up, and I will put the link below. If you guys scroll down, you will see the link for some of these. I don't know if you guys have heard of a lot of these places, but they're just clothing websites that have multiple thousands of different designers and brands that you can search from and check out. And they even have baby stuff, all different stuff, men's stuff. So if you want to match with your significant other, and even if you need to, like, you know, get a stylist or go on Instagram or TikTok, there's lots of like styling pages now where people show different outfits and different styles. And if you feel like that resonates with you, try to kind of, you know, flow off of that and, you know, pick your style, be who you are, be authentically in yourself. Being a feminine woman is just being yourself, not overdoing it, not, you know, you are just flowing within yourself. You're not forcing anything. You're not over trying anything. You're not copying anyone. Okay? In Sierra Leone, in Creole, this is how I would say it. Na fo le fala makata business. La fo fala makata. You know, fine. You know, fine for fala you comping. Na for left. Na for left. So what I'm saying is, leave following people and trends behind. Don't try to be like no one else. Don't look at your friend. Be yourself. Be yourself. And if you feel as if you have people around you that are doing those things that basically just draining your energy, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. And that's one of the hardest parts about being a feminine woman that a lot of people don't talk about is, yes, it's all, you know, soft and it feels good here. It really does. It really does. But once you get over the hill, it feels better. There is a hill, and I feel like there's always going to be another hill as you get down, as you get over, I'm sorry. So it's one of those things where it's like, life is going to throw so much at you, especially as a woman, especially as a young woman, especially with the way society is going. It's going to throw a lot of shit at us. But you have to be able to say, you know what? I'm not going to let this turn me hard. I'm not going to let this turn me cold. I'm not going to let this turn me into someone that doesn't believe in love or doesn't believe that she's deserving of what it is that's in her heart. No, you cannot be like that. So in order to receive what it is that's in your heart, in order to be that feminine woman, you have to literally let it go. You have to work on just saying, you know what? I'm healing. Nothing's going to trigger me. I'm healing. And when something does trigger me, I notice that trigger, what made me feel like that. And I'm Xing that out right now. I'm setting up boundaries right now because I have a lot of shit to get done. I have a future. I have a family to create. I have a man to get. I have, you know, there's so much that you have to have in your mind to where you're like, I have so much to lose that I don't have the time to do anything else. I don't have the time to be a cold person and try to get back at someone or try to, go tit for tat. I don't have the time for you to do that. Just let God do that. Literally, God will handle it all. God sees everything, so it's no need to overwork yourself. Of course, things will get you emotionally riled up here and there, but once you figure out those triggers, you work on them. That's just what healing is about. You're working on those triggers, you're working on what made you feel like that, and you're working on that feeling consistently, especially as a feminine woman. So yes, I'm going to wrap up this video because I don't want to make it too long, but I want you guys to please do take everything that I said into consideration and let me know in the comments down below, do you feel like you're living in your authentic self currently in this season now and in the near future? So let me know. Put it down in the comments. Put it down in the comments so I can read it. And yeah, make sure you end this year with you. Start now. It's October 10th. So November, December, we out. So start now. End this year with you. Prepare for 2025. And so if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram is at Mina Jallo. I will put that up as well. My TikTok is also out. So please tell a friend to subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys come back next week or the next video, because I don't know if it's next week. Don't hold me to it. Y'all know I'm a mama now. Y'all know I'm a mama. So kisses to my bad bitches. I hope I see you guys soon.